Dumaguete, the city of Dumaguete in the province of Negros Oriental, Philippines. Cristina and I had flown from Manila in February 2018. We were there to head over to the island province of Siquijor. We knew that a tropical storm, Basyang, was headed our way, and we wanted to get over to the island before the ferry shut down. We made the crossing just fine. We got a bite to eat, wandered around an old church, and then we hailed a tricycle taxi. Cristina and I rarely make a reservation. We basically just show up and see what we can find, and our trip to Siquijor was no exception. Our taxi driver stopped at numerous places. He really worked hard for us to find us a place to stay as we headed up the island from beach place to beach place. And then our taxi driver found a place that would take us, the Daydream. It's right beside the beach, beautiful little cabins, a perfect place to call home on the island of Siquijor. Now, Cristina and I had chosen to come to Siquijor because after the hustle and bustle of Manila and some of the other more touristy spots we had visited, we wanted to come to a place where perhaps local families, local fishing families, might outnumber the tourists, where beaches were still empty in places and where palm trees blowing in the wind were the sounds mainly heard. You know what? That's exactly what we found at Siquijor. The next morning we awoke to the warm and wet embrace of tropical storm Basyang. It had definitely arrived on the island. We wandered out front of the Daydream and hailed a motorcycle, tricycle, taxi and headed down island. We wanted to get to a place called the Coco Grove Resort. We knew right in front was a marine sanctuary that we wanted to see. On the way, we stopped off at the San Juan Public Market. We picked up some snacks, a couple of umbrellas, and Cristina got a beautiful blue rain poncho.
turtles are hiding.
Oh God, are they hiding? We made our way through the Cocoa Grove Resort to the beach on the edge of the Tubin Marine Sanctuary and watched a couple of fishermen. It was raining like heck, the wind was blowing, but it was also pretty warm. So I decided to check out what was under the water. The next day, Cristina and I grabbed a tricycle taxi and went adventuring. We went up the road and into the mountains. Our first stop was Lugnasson Falls, a little stop beside the side of the road, a few little houses around, and then a trail. That bird. This one. Then we hiked back up the trail to our waiting motorcycle taxi and headed off down the road through forests and fields and hillsides. Our destination was an ancient bolete tree with a pond at the bottom of it filled with toe-nibbling fish. What can you say about the toadfish?
It's a bit ticklish, right? It's checking your it's checking your nerves.
And for less than $1, fresh coconuts served poolside while your toes get nibbled. What more could you ask for? Then it was back to the motorcycle taxi. This time we were headed for the town of Lassie, where there's a very big, very old church that we wanted to see. What a church.
It's that a whole group waving. It's bird shit everywhere.
My God, well, it's a massive church. Look at all 20 floors. My God. Just a short ways up the road from Lassie is Kabagahai Falls. The next morning we caught a motorcycle taxi and headed up into the hills. We wanted to see a community-run tour of Cantabon Cave. in the small tunnel.
You go there and
Whoa. Small tunnel. Whoa. The small tunnel gets smaller. Whoa. After that amazing cave tour, we headed back down the mountain to catch another Siquijor sunset, followed by a barbecue dinner just down the road from where we were staying. The next day we got a motorcycle taxi again, you guessed it. We headed for nearby Palatine Beach. We knew that in front of Palatine was another marine sanctuary that I wanted to see. Well, that was our last day on Siquijor Island. Time to head back to the big city of Manila.